let's see. I know this is kind of a difficult topic, I'd like to say, but Tony Paterniti is usually not at loss for words. Did you see, if you look
Hello.
on the chat, Tony?
Yes, I'm.
Did you see that the kind of topic for this evening?
Yes, hold on. I just shared something there, uh, which I attributed to everything and the nothing, but I just checked. He who knows everything displaces nothing.
Yeah.
To each one, I appear to be what he thinks I am.
Yeah.
And that's from In Life at Its Best. And I've enjoyed over the years, for most of my life with Obama, I've worn his button. And people could work around me for years and not notice it. But when they do notice it, they recognize him. But who they recognize him at is always really interesting. It says something about their relationship with God. So for many, for many, he was a musician. David Crosby. For even me, the first picture I saw of Baba, I thought looked like Jerry Colonna, a comedian.
Yeah.
And others associated him with Gallagher, another comedian. But I had a friend who had a very harsh Catholic school upbringing, a colleague, and she thought he looked like Joe Stalin. And a kid in the neighborhood who wound up getting involved with crime and being in prison, he also thought he looked like Joe Stalin. I was at getting gas during the first Gulf War, and I had the big "Don't Worry, Be Happy" card on my back side window, and the fellow was from the subcontinent, and he said, "Very nice picture." I said, "Yeah, it's very, very nice." I said, "Yeah, it is very nice. It's very powerful man." I said, "Yeah, he is." He said, "But you must be very brave to put that picture up at these times." I said, "I don't understand." It's well, with the war going on. I said, No, you don't understand. He says, "Saddam Hussein." I said, "No, not Saddam Hussein. His name is Meher Baba. Meher Baba. Yes, Saddam Hussein, very powerful man." And I finally said, listen, not Saddam Hussein. His name is Meher Baba. Meher Baba. And he stops and he looks at the picture closely and he says, "Then he is the most powerful man of all." So, I mean, one friend, was a fellow actor in a play I was in. He just came in for a few nights. Thought Baba was Ron Jeremy, the famous porn star, who was reputed to be very well endowed. And it's sort of like Shiva Lingam approach to God.
Yeah.
So I know that's not exactly what your theme is, but
Tony, what was the name of the porn star?
Ron Jeremy, who actually went to my Queens College, same college as me, but I never met the guy.
So, Tony, how do you picture Baba, or when you're relating to him? There are many, many ways. What are some of the ways?
Yeah, I think it's impossible to. I mean, I could say all of the above except the hidden secret romantic love that didn't seem to connect. But all the rest, certainly sometimes feel like I'm getting Mandali treatment. The intimacy, it's such an intimate relationship that it's really hard to pin it down to one thing. He is our own real self, and yet he is also the divine beloved. And he is beyond anything we could think or say. And so sometimes just taking his name, the list I didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, because it's such an intimate, personal, infinite also in the sense of it's everything. It's all of those things and more. Yeah, and less. At one point, you asked me, and the first time I came on one of these, you asked me if I would sing Rabia.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if I had to go back to it and find the words and change the key. And I actually included that for the Silence Day program. But if you'd like to hear that, I could sing that now.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. Would that be all right with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rabia, as most of you know, or maybe all of you know, Babajan had been Rabia, the Sufi saint in the early 700s, I believe. And she's the one that said, I like what she said, "Dear one, why do you keep pounding on an open door, begging to be let in?"
I'd like to tell the story of Rabia that's behind the song.
Yeah.
Which I don't, when you've heard it, I didn't really have the opportunity to do that at the center. This is as I heard it from Erich in Mondley Hall about this wealthy businessman who was doing some business in Basra, and he had days off. And this is some 100 years ago. And he wanted to know what was the real thing worth seeing in Basra. And people would mention this monument or that the art museum, or he said, no, everybody has that. What is it that makes Basra unique? You know, I'm not here as a tourist. I want to see what it is that, and in the end, they'd be hesitant. And finally, they'd say, well, we do have the most beautiful woman in the world here. And he says, yeah, okay, sure. But this happens so many times. The same dynamic, withholding, and then finally saying, we have the most beautiful woman in the world. He said, well, tell me, where is she? I want to see her. And can I see her? And he said, yeah, you can see her. He said, where is she? He said, in that brothel there. In a brothel? Yeah. And Erich said, and he wasn't the sort of man who needed to visit brothels, but his curiosity was so piqued by this that he went there, and the madam opened the door, and she could see he was well off, and she charged him some exorbitant price. And he said, yes, anything. And she pushes him into the room and shuts the door. And it's pitch black. And suddenly in the corner, he sees on a prayer carpet with a little lantern, this most beautiful woman he'd ever seen. And the passion in him rose. And again, the way Erich said, but you know, the atmosphere of prayer is such that it tempered his passions. And he thought, well, I'll wait till she's finished. And when she was finally finished, he was kind of, I don't know the word that I used, he was blissed out. And she comes over to him and she says, oh, you must be hungry. You've probably traveled far. Here, let me bring you some food. And she brought him some food. And here's some tea. And she put pillows behind his back. And he said, you know, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And she said, oh, this beauty is nothing compared to the Lord's beauty. And she went on in that vein throughout the evening. Erich tells the story that Baba told. And so dawn comes, and it's time for him to go. And he is totally owned by her at this moment. And he said, I will do anything for you. You have transformed my life. Please tell me, what can I do? Anything. She said, oh, my needs are simple. I don't need anything, but anything. She said, well, there is one thing. Please, when you leave here today, don't tell anyone what passed between us. She said, this is how I do my service for my Lord. And if they knew, then it wouldn't, be the same. And he said, yes, I can do that. And then he realized why all these men he had been asking had been so hesitant to tell what Rabia was really about. So I heard that song, and I was always a big fan of Layla by Eric Clapton, which he wrote for George Harrison's wife, who he was in love with and couldn't really talk about it. And so he used the myth, the legend, the story of Majnun and Layla as the symbolic backdrop for him to sing to Patty Harrison. And in Baba's presence, I had the clear thought that I want to do for Rabia what Eric Clapton did for Layla. And at the time, or sometime after that, there was a very attractive, talented Baba lover woman who I was very fond of and was spending a lot of time with. And when I'd go to visit, I would sometimes bring flowers. She would bring me tea, bring out tea for me. And she was sort of in a Marilyn Monroe phase. And at one point she said to me, you know, I don't know why men keep falling in love with me. And I thought, here's my artist's model for Rabia. And at some point, and we wound up not seeing much of each other after that. It just kind of worked out that way. But this song came. I hope that wasn't too long.
No, beautiful. Yeah.
I've got something to say. I don't know how you're gonna take it, but it's something I've just got to say. I love you with every fiber of my being, and it's been this way for a long, long time, and I'm telling you in the only words I know. Listen, sweet, listen low. You are so beautiful that every heart must melt at the sight of you. Rabia, you are a starlit sky, or a moon coming out of the sea, or a baby's cry, or a lover's sigh. You're all that matters to me. Rabia, you are to love divine as an ocean bejeweled with light. Underneath the sky, in your arms, oh, I seek the shelter of your delight. If you make me some tea in the morning, I will bring you a flower at night. If you make me a promise of love forever, I will bring you a rainbow of light. We will travel that road together till it takes us where we've never been. But we're already there, my sweet, sweet darling. I can't believe all I'm seeing. Rabia, the moment I found you in my heart, then I saw you here too. Like the best of me, shining and free in this life. What more could I do but love you? Rabia, you are like a deep, sweet dream that remains when the morning is new. If I must arise, let it be to your eyes. I'm forever in love with you. So forgive me my indiscretion. It was all in the realm of art. It could never touch the love inside of the home in our heart. I am drinking the wine of your eyes now, even though we're so far away. So don't turn me out in the cold, my friend. You're the only place I can stay. Rabia, you are a starlit sky, you're a moon coming out of the sea, or a baby's cry, or a lover's sigh. You're all that matters to me. Rabia, you are like a deep, sweet dream that remains when the morning is new. If I must arise, let it be to your eyes. I'm forever in love with you. I'm forever in love with you. I'm forever in love with you. bum 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 bow doo 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 ba da 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 doo da doo 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 I'm forever in love with you.
Wonderful, Tony. You gave us a good bit of Rabia. Thank you.